Welcome to a day in the life of a 23-year-old girl who feels like she's a teenager but still has a lot of stuff to do. I kind of really miss like I think back to when I was a teenager and thought that I was just like so busy and had so much to do and so much to take care of, and it's like, no, you literally just had to go to high school. Like, that's all. And like scroll on Instagram. But I already finished my morning routine. I'm back on my gua sha stuff. I put it down, but my face looks pretty inflamed. It's probably what I'm eating, but I feel like this will help a lot. I did a cool little self-care night last night, and I had the best mask ever. I literally still have the packaging. I'm gonna insert a clip. I took some like pictures and videos of what it looked like, but these are like the inconspicuous masks that someone gifts you, like from TJ Maxx or Marshalls, with honestly some of my favorite gifts, but I always forget about them, and then I found my entire drawer and I was like, okay, I need to do a face mask. Last night I had a dream that my hair was so long. I've been really yearning for a good haircut, but I don't know exactly what I want to get yet. So, yeah, but my hair is really nice and healthy right now. Oh, I think I had a dream that I bleached the whole thing too, and then I was like, I just ruined my hair all over again. But I miss the blonde. I don't know if I want to do like, I don't know what I want to do to my hair, to my look. Maybe we'll actually get that sorted out today. I've been really needing to make I have a vision board for my goals, but I want to make a mood board for my style and my aesthetic because it's something that I really want to refine. I also have some things to ship from Depop, and today is ultimately going to be a very Depop day. I need to pack up the shipments that I have. It's a couple little items, and then I really need to clean out my closet. So let's clean out my closet. I'll show you guys what I have for sale up in my Depop. And yeah, it's just going to be a Depop day. I really need to declutter and make some money off of the decluttering because a lot of stuff is in great condition. From New York, I know I haven't posted the New York vlogs. I'm working on those too. I do so much every day and I try to get everything vlogged, but then look, I just need to come up with a better system. There's no excuse, there's no anything. I've been kind of focusing on Instagram and TikTok, but I know YouTube is where it's at. Like, I actually really enjoy posting on YouTube, but I need to learn how to edit my videos a little bit quicker. My videos are low maintenance, but they still, you know what, I have computer issues, but I'm trying to sell my computer, get something else. I'm figuring it out day by day. That's actually what I think your 20s are. You're figuring it out, but you should have a more refined vision of what you want. Even realizing things that you wanted while you were a teenager are probably, I feel like I've had the same vision, but now it's just more refined, and now I understand the steps to make the vision come to life. I'm tired of my slick back hair, so it's either I learn how to do hairstyles with what I have. I had a dream that I had such long hair, but then I also really like the pixie cut. I don't know, I've been able to do every look, and now I'm like, what is gonna be my staple? We got the living room together. Yeah, I'm getting the room super mega together, and it looks like breakfast is already being worked on.
Oh yeah.
Let me see that. So what's on the menu today, chef?
I'm gonna make like huevo with this turkey jamon.
Okay.
And grilled onion with the butter thing that you made.
Okay.
And tortilla.
Okay.
Cortada dentro.
Mm-hmm.
And I might add some sausage. But
I love a good huevito con tortilla. That's such a Mexican staple growing up. And let me tell you guys about this onion. But I did like a seafood boil onion type of situation. But when I tell you, it was so good. I think I'm going to make a couple more onions today just for later on. Because they take about like an hour.
I bought a big ass pack of onions too. All these.
I thought there was just those two.
No, bro, we got like...
Were those our onions? Dude, there's 2 more onions, so I think I might make 2 more onions today. Because you can, okay, what's great about making these onions is that you get this sauce out of it that you could put on a whole lot of other things, and then you have the onion itself, which you could later dice. And we really like to use grilled onions. Se me está haciendo agua la boca. That means my mouth is literally watering. But, alright, he's working on breakfast. I think I'll make some coffee so I could just,
I'm gonna say I need a coffee, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the coffee going. So remember that onion I told you guys about that I made? So this is the remnants because we didn't eat the whole onion. And then now we put it in here. I love to make use of the foods that we make. The folding of clothes ritual is wearing me out. This is like round 2. But in a bit. So meanwhile, while I'm folding clothes, I will listen to people's story times on TikTok, or I'll go on YouTube. I was listening to this guy's YouTube video. It was like a neurosurgeon, and he just quit, and now he's unemployed, and he's on the mountaintops just talking. And I feel like there's such a big collective awakening of the things that truly call you and stepping away from the things that don't serve you anymore. And I can go all the way into this, but all that to say that what calls you does not call you for no reason. So one day you're gonna have to answer the call. I'm trying to beat the stressed out allegations. I'm just gonna take a deep breath. I know that life is not a to-do list, but a to-be party. But sometimes I get caught up in the to-do list of things. But look at my packaging. Shout out sustainable packaging. I'm not buying new mailers. I'm just using the things around my house to package it. And I hope the Depop girls can appreciate the fact that I'm not creating more waste in the world. My days will either be outside for an entire week straight, morning to night, or just indoors editing. So I knew one thing that could make me feel better, which was putting on a little bit of makeup, because I just can't be that upset when I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, okay, cute, you know? And I was gonna just go whatever, I was gonna put on some sweats and a hoodie and not do my makeup, and sometimes that works, but I think right now I just need the extra push. And then the thing is, when I feel down, then I sometimes don't want to do any of it. I don't want to put on the makeup. I just don't. But the way you cross that hurdle is by doing. If I know this makes me feel better, why not take the little 5 to 10 minutes? Because I know once I get out into the sun and I pull out my phone and I look at my face and be like, okay, cute, life's not that bad after all. And then I'll be in a car with good people, good company, lots of love. And that's what truly matters. All I really need is probably to go outside, breathe some fresh air, put on some lip liner, take a couple deep breaths, and just deal with it. And just deal with the parts of the day that I don't want to deal with. And the thing is, if it's not today, it would have been the next day or the one after that. So it's let's not put these things off and just handle it like a grown gal should. And truly, my stressors in life, they're valid, but they're not worth it, because everything does end up ultimately working out. So I as well do things that will solve the problems. And one of the things that's going to solve the problems is marching my ass down to Costco and dealing with it. We got it together, and we're here at Costco.
Hey, Jesse. Woo, it feels like a party every day.
So we ordered everything off of the menu. Just kidding. But almost. My mood is so much better now that I got some food in my system. I honestly do have a little bit of a bone to pick with Costco, but look, I already signed up for this ride. Costco is kind of a bad tattoo that you can't remove for me right now. It's you know what? We're in this because we have a credit card together. It's like having a baby, But we have a very specific list. I don't want to get veered off. Trolley sour.
As
Sorry.
soon as you said we have a specific list, bro.
That wasn't part of my list. Okay. Let's go grab all the real things
Wait, we
have
gotta
to
find
get.
Adam and Tati.
So we had a really long Costco haul. Basically just our necessities that needed to be met. Got a couple of extra things. I got the little bulldog ramen. This is some stuff that I've set aside because I want to show you guys that from my New York trip, but not yet. First, I gotta get all of my Depop stuff in line. So Depop actually just did this thing where they're not charging the seller a fee, because you would get charged, like, let's just say I sold something for $200, I would have to pay Depop 10% of what I sold it for, and then there's all these other fees, and honestly, like, they would kind of leave you with like crumbs, but it would be kind of better than selling it to other places. So I just kind of stuck by Depop because I love the app in the sense of I like finding a lot of cheaply priced items, but it wasn't really benefiting the seller too much. But now they've taken off that fee, and now they just charge the buyer a 5% fee on top of like what the person is selling it for. Time to get this Depop stuff sorted out. I have so much clothes, so there's some things that I might just sort out where I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna get rid of this. I think I have a hard time letting things go because I'm like, I don't want to necessarily buy new clothes right now. But then I'm like, if I get rid of a ton of things and then I don't have clothes, like, what am I gonna do? But honestly, the universe provides. Like, I know I don't need to worry about absolutely anything. I don't need to worry about clothes. I get hit with the craziest blessings where, like, I know the clothes will come to me, especially if I make room for more things. I need to go put my roses in water before I do anything. It doesn't need to be a quote-unquote special occasion. Every day that you get to wake up healthily in a loving relationship, that is a special occasion. So I'm just glad that I have a significant other who realizes that and, like, wants to give me flowers. I told him, like, he was like, oh, pick out some flowers. I'm like, it's okay, like, don't worry about it. But he still got me the flowers, and it's things like that that I really, really, really appreciate. As I'm listing things on Depop, I cannot stop thinking about this ramen. But I saw like a TikTok recipe, of course, right? That's gonna be my, like, the death of me is gonna be TikTok recipes. I want to make that onion that I made the other day too, but it takes a minute to make, like an hour. So I don't really want to spend an hour. I could make it for like another day, maybe. I might make the onion. These are the noodles in question. It's honestly way too late for me to be eating this, but be back once I get my little conundrum together. He's gonna make chicken. This is definitely gonna carry me into the night. I don't remember the last time I had a Gatorade. It tastes so nostalgic. It is now the next day. I fell asleep before even recording the last clip. I literally just ate and was done for the day. Brush teeth, go to sleep. Oh, and I uploaded 20 items to Depop, and I'm gonna try to do 20 today until I get through my entire closet while I curate a new closet so I can just like step into the new energy that I want to step into. Not that who I am now isn't good enough, but there's always space for growth and elevation and fine-tuning. So that's exactly what I'm working on. Just taking it all in. I just feel really grateful for the fact that I get to do stuff like this. I don't know, it's such a beautiful way to connect, and I know that sometimes I overthink like how I want to go about things, but like if you're someone who also goes through that, I think the best thing to do is just literally put yourself out there. Just put yourself out there, and then you can tailor it. Like, I have now been pushing YouTube for a couple months, and I see like up and down growth. Like, it's not linear, but I feel like that's how life is. Life is not a linear growth type of situation, and you just kind of have to roll with some punches. But I feel like now I'm in a place where I've kind of gathered enough data to see what works and what doesn't, and there's also room for me to try new things. And by working, I mean, like, working means a couple things. It's not just high numbers, it's not just money, it's not just views. It's, of course, all of those things, but also what makes me feel good, what I feel good creating. Through these months, I've noticed the things that kind of give me anxiety, like editing is kind of one of them, but it's not because I'm doing crazy ass edits. It's because my laptop. So I'm like, all right, once I kind of figure these little things out, I think the entire process will go much smoother. If you're trying to just learn anything, just do it for a little while. You don't have to be perfect at it. Don't stress whether it's good enough or not, because just immersing yourself in it is going to give you all of the information that you're going to need. You're going to learn, all right, I'm not really liking this, I am liking that, especially in the social media space. I've had foodie videos blow up. I actually reached, not my first million on Instagram, but one of my recent millions on Instagram. Like, I hadn't had a million on a video in a while, but the video, I didn't mean to rage bait, but people were so upset at what I said. So for context, it's a video, and I'm walking down Century City Mall, and I see like people working out midday. It's like a whole group, but it's like a brand activation. Well, it looked like a brand activation to me. And it's like in front of the Tesla store. They're in the middle of this really nice mall. And I don't know, like, I made a video and I was like, wow, like, this is the most LA shit that I've ever seen. Like, sometimes I just exaggerate, but I'm not really thinking about it. Like, I just felt like, oh, this is like very LA. Like, people working out in the middle of a mall in front of the Tesla thing. I don't know, like, now upon realization, yes, there are a billion other things that are more LA than that, but I will also stand on the fact that LA is allowed to have range. And it was like the fact that it was for a brand activation. Maybe I should have said, oh, this is so Hollywood, you know. It seemed like they were getting content for it, and I was like, oh, this is very LA. The thing about LA is that, so I'm like born and raised here, and it has changed a lot over the years. And yes, there are what people call transplants. And what people are calling me a transplant because they saw that. I'm like, oh, this is so LA. And yes, LA is the hood, and LA is Skid Row, and LA is a lot of things, you know? Like, I grew up in a mobile home. Like, I didn't grow up in a nice house and, like, you know, where I recorded the video. You know, we all have different experiences of LA. All that to say is, like, LA is allowed to have range, and we are allowed to see LA for what it's turning out to be. Where I'm headed with this story is, like, I got 1 million on that, and I'm like, oh, I get it. Like, I get why people rage bait. I didn't do it on purpose. I'm like, so I realized that if you take a stand, not necessarily not accurate, but if you know that all these other people are gonna have different opinions on what you had an opinion on, or even just having, like, me saying, like, this is the most LA thing I've ever seen, because I was radical in my statement, it did something psychologically to people that they were like, I need to go comment on this and say, like, no, you're wrong and you're dumb, and, like, you know what I mean? I see why people make these kinds of videos on purpose and continue to make the videos, because it's gonna get you the numbers, it's gonna get you the engagement. But I don't want to pursue things like that. I want to create a positive community. When I'm scrolling and I see something that I don't like, I scroll past it quicker than ever. I'm like, okay, I don't like that. Like, I am curating my For You page, my Explore page, brick by brick. Like, if I see something that I don't like, I'm not gonna engage with it. Why? Because I don't want to feel the spiked anger in me. Do I see things that anger me? Yeah, all the time. And I just press not interested, or I skip. Like, I am curating my own little world on there, right? I'm not gonna go into my internet life and create another stressful environment. That's just not the way that I want to live. That's the way that other people live. They exclusively engage with things that they don't like. Think about 1 million views. Like, yeah, people get millions and millions and millions every day, but, like, that's a lot of eyes, and that's gonna be a lot of opinion. I sometimes veer off, but what I was really getting to was, like, I want my community to be the kind of people like me. When I see something that I like, if it's a girl wearing a cute outfit, I engage with her. I look to her for inspiration. I admire the creative qualities that she has. I have no desire to comment anything negative or to hate on anybody. Do I see things where I'm like, ugh, yeah, and maybe I'll laugh, but I'm not gonna go and leave a negative comment. So the world is a very crazy, chaotic place, and if you can learn to create peace in your space, then you're really doing it. Yeah, be mindful of the space that you want to create on social media if that's something that you're interested in. And if you're not, be mindful of the space you create on social media. You don't even have to post to be creating a space. Be mindful of the space that you're creating for yourself in terms of consumption. Yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day. That was a day in my life. And as you can see, it did not include me putting on workout clothing and drinking a green smoothie this time. Maybe next time. There's weeks where it's gym every day, sauna, and then there's some days where I'm eating noodles at 10 p.m. because I just cannot shake the craving. The balance of life. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys have any video suggestions, I'm all ears.